Okay, so this week we are going to talk about adding radicals. Okay, so for adding radicals, what you need to know is that your radicals have to be like. Okay, they have to be like radicals. So what I mean by that is they have to be identical. Okay, so for instance, radical 2, radical 2. They're both the exact same number under there. Radical 6, radical 6. They're both the exact same number. Okay, so all you do is simply add the coefficients. Okay, you just simply add the coefficients. So, for example, if I have 3 radical 2 plus 5 radical 2. You see how these are absolutely identical? So all you do is add the 3 plus 5. Okay, these are like variables. You just simply add those, so that's all you're doing here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, radical 2. Okay, that would be your answer, just like that, 8 radical 2. Another one. So it might help you if you write these down as I'm going through them. Let's go 5 radical 5 plus 6 radical 5. So again, these are like radicals. They are identical. So I just simply add the coefficients. So 5 plus 6 is 11 radical 5. Okay? And then let's do one more where they are absolutely 100% identical underneath that radical sign. So let's do radical 3 plus radical 3. So do you see how they are identical? So that means you're just going to add what's in front. So what's in front? Those imaginary ones. So how many radical 3's do I have? I have 2 radical 3. Okay, so that just stays just like that. So now, here is what's going to take it a step up. What if they're not identical? Okay, so what if I have something that looks like this? Radical 3 plus radical 12. Okay, these are not like. One's a 3 and one's a 12. So I can't just put them together because there's nothing to put together because they don't match. So this is going to bring in last week's, and you have to simplify this. Okay, you have to break this radical. So break it to however you want, just like last week. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 and 3, and then I'm going to do 2 and 2. So these are all prime. So you're going to look for your pairs. I have a pair of 2's, so that goes out front. This is stuck, nothing goes with it, so radical 3. So radical 12 is the same thing as 2 radical 3. So now I have radical 3, if I just bring that down, radical 3 plus 2 radical 3. So now these go back to being identical. So I have my 1 plus 2, which is 3 radical 3. Okay, let's try another one. So what if I have radical 18 plus radical 32? Okay, so right now as they are, these are not identical. They are not like radicals. So you have to simplify first. So break them. Again, I don't care how you break them. I'm going to go 9 and 2, and then I'm going to go 3 and 3. So they're all prime, so I have a pair. So 3 goes out front, and my radical 2. So if you had to guess, this is probably going to be stuck with a radical 2 to make sure that they're like, so then you can add them together. So this is going to break to 16 and 2. I'm going to break this to 4 and 4. This is going to be 2 and 2, and 2 and 2. So now I have a pair of 2's, boom, is a 2. I have another pair of 2's, boom, 2. 1 is stuck, so radical 2. So we were right, there's going to be a radical 2 under there. So now you have 2 times 2, which is 4. So plus 4, radical 2. Now they are like. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, radical 2. Okay. So now let's try one more where there's a coefficient out front. Okay, so what if I have, let's go 3, radical 3, plus 2, radical 12. Okay, so we already broke these down with no coefficients, so we're going to do them one more time, and we're going to see what the pre-existing coefficients, how it changes. So 3, that's as prime, so it's as far down as it can go. So odds are this 12 has to break to a 3. Well, what do you know? 4 and 3, 2 and 2. I have a pair of 2's, so 2 radical 3. But this was 2 times radical 12. So if 2 radical 3 is radical 12, I have to bring down the 2, just like last week, and multiply it. So 4 radical 3. So now these are like, so I bring them down. So I have 3 radical 3 plus 4 radical 3. So this is 7 radical 3. Okay, so if you guys have any questions over this lesson, please feel free to reach out and contact me. Okay, I can answer any questions that you guys have.